Hello, welcome to CadenCenter. It's time for another This Week in Sports. Today I'll be talking about the NBA schedule and a Kyrie Irving trade and the college football preseason rankings as we start with Kyrie Irving being traded to the Celtics for Isaiah Thomas, Jake Crowder, and a draft pick, the Brooklyn Nets draft pick. Now let's look at this on both sides. So first we start on the Celtics side. They get Kyrie to go along with Gordon Hayward, but is Kyrie worth Isaiah Thomas, Jay Crowder, one of the best defenders, and a Brooklyn Nets draft pick? That will probably be number one because no one expects the Brooklyn Nets to do too well. So really, this does, I feel like Isaiah, I know a lot of people say Kyrie is better than Isaiah, but I feel like Isaiah is better than Kyrie when it comes to in the clutch and in key moments. So I really feel like the Cavs were smart with this, saying, okay, Kyrie wants to be traded, let's use this and try to get the best option we can. They wanted to trade Kyrie for Clay, but the Warriors like, no, we're not interested, and obviously they wouldn't want to do that because they just won a championship. So it's a really interesting trade. Now on the Cavaliers side, we have Isaiah Thomas and LeBron James. Wow. That's really amazing. So Isaiah obviously fills the void for Kyrie. Derrick Rose backing him up. Pretty good duo. I think we'll once again see the Eastern Conference Finals, Celtics versus Cavs. I'm really interested, and actually, on opening night, the Celtics play the Cavs. So we'll get to see how the trade is working out. Obviously, it's the first game, get the nerves out, and it'll be really interesting to see. So this was an interesting trade. In my opinion, the Cavaliers did win it, getting Isaiah, possibly the number one draft pick that they can trade for possibly another key player if they'd like. And they get Jay Crowder, a good defensive player who can back up LeBron very well. As we move on to the preseason college football rankings, the top four are Alabama, Ohio State, Florida State, and USC. Obviously, Alabama seemed to always be one. Ohio State, number two. Florida State and Alabama, the 1 and 3, face off, so that probably could determine early who will probably have that one spot. But USC at number 4, obviously as a USC fan, I'm very excited about that. Clemson at 5, Penn State at 6, Oklahoma 7, Washington 8, Wisconsin 9, and Oklahoma State 10 round up the top 10. I think this college football season is going to be really interesting. I can't wait for Sam Darnold to perform for USC, and I think it'll be a good season ahead of us as we turn to the NBA schedule. The schedule was recently released. So the first night, as previously mentioned, the Celtics and Cavaliers, Isaiah, Kyrie. That's going to be interesting. And the Rockets and Warriors face off. So James Harden, almost MVP, second MVP voting, against Steph Curry. And then we don't really have any interesting matchups again until maybe Nuggets and Jazz. I feel like we just see how the Jazz play without Gordon Hayward. Rockets and Kings, Bulls and Raptors, Knicks and Thunder, Clippers and Lakers. That's always fun. It's going to be interesting to see the new look Clippers. See Lonzo Ball for the first time. That's going to be really amazing, and obviously there will be bigger matchups as we go on. And last thing about Isaiah Thomas, people are burning his jersey, which I really feel doesn't make sense. He was traded. You don't decide to be traded unless you're Kyrie. If you're going to burn anyone's jersey, shouldn't you burn Kyrie? Even though, you still shouldn't do that. But if you did, it really doesn't make sense. And Isaiah was hurt by the trade. He wanted to stay in Boston, play with Gordon Hayward. They were a championship possible contender. I'm not saying getting Kyrie takes that away, but Isaiah obviously wanted to stay there. But I guess the NBA is the NBA, and that was a trade that went down. That's all for This Week in Sports. Thanks for watching.